Hey guys, let's talk Rick Kua. Rick Kua put out quite a few albums, but Rick Kua got his start with the Outlaws. Actually, it was before that. He was in a band called Crack, C-R-A-C, in 1980 with a bunch of dudes up in upstate New York, probably Rochester, Albany area. I'm going to guess in upstate New York, which I believe is where Rick was from. Started this band called Crack. He eventually moved on and he went into that southern rock band that many of us know really well called the Outlaws. And was with the band, I think, from 80 to 83. Put an album out with Crack in 1980. I don't know if they officially dropped it. It recently was redone and put out by a European company. But it was with the Outlaws from 80 to 83. Rick Kua was a bass player, well known in the Christian rock market. If you're watching this, you probably know who Rick Kua is. You're probably familiar with his music, and you probably know some of those albums that I had put up. Rick's first project that he came out with in the Christian market was one of my favorites, and it's the one that connected me to Rick Kua. It's the one that really caused me to really dive in because I found it and I began listening to it. It was on an 8-track. It is simply called Kua. And I really, really wish I had that 8-track to show you. But there was a lady that cooked, ran a kitchen for my dad's church because she also ran a diner in Spring Valley, Illinois. And her name was Maria Melton. And not that it has anything to do with you guys or that you would know who she is, but she had a Rick Kua 8-track in a car. I couldn't have been but maybe 14 years old. I got in her car to go to the grocery store to get something for her. So let's see, I was driving, so it wasn't 14. I had to be 16 at the time. Could have been earlier than that or later than that. Maybe I was 17. I don't know. But anyway, there was a Rick Kua album. It was this one in an 8-track in her car. And her Chevelle, I was driving to the store and I was like, fly me to heaven. Like, what is that? And I just, and then I asked her about it and then she told me what it was and she told me it was her daughter's. And I was like 8-track and Rick Kua. And it was really cool because when I saw this album, I'm like, now that's rock and roll right there. I mean, look at that guitar. Anyway, this came out in 1982. It was Rick Kua's first project. And the reason I'm making this video is we are re-releasing Kua, No Mystery, which came out in 1983. You're My Road, which came out in 1985. And You Wear Your Colors, which came out in 1986. I don't have a vinyl record of it. I just have a CD to show you. But we're putting all these back out. We're reissuing all those. And it's been fun. I had a conversation with Rick Kua earlier. He's absolutely stoked about it. I hope you guys are too. If you're watching this video after these have already came out, you'll find them on our website, girdermusic.com. So go there. But I'm curious to what your favorite albums are. This, by far, because of my connection with it, was one of my favorite albums. It's the one that rocked. It's got Fly Me to Heaven, Spirit, The Rock Was Rolled Away, Eternity, Heaven Was Made for Everyone, and then You Can Still Rock and Roll, Crossfire, just a little bit more, I Want to Be Like You, and Melt My Heart. For back in the day, man, these graphics were killer. They were killer. Like, look at that guitar and look at his red pants and his white sunglasses and the hair. And so many of these dudes out there were playing guitar, not bass guitar, right? But Rick was a bass guitarist. And I just thought that was really cool. And, I never really spent a lot of time listening to No Mystery. I didn't know the album as well as I knew. But, man, it wasn't quick after this album came out when You're My Road came out. I just fell in love with it. And I'm like, this is such a great song. I remember that Don't Say Suicide, that first song on this album that I just thought was really, really cool. Rick is like an AOR, hard rock guy. His stuff never really leaned into metal. There was no thrash on it. There was maybe some ballads, but it was definitely AOR, middle of the road, upper level of that CCM market. And man, he just played festival after festival, and people just found him everywhere. When the Wear Your Colors came out in 1986, I remember I had a poster. We all love telling our stories, right? So I'm just telling you my stories. I had a poster of Rick Kua. It was a really long poster of this picture right here, and I thought it was so cool. It was on the back of my door at college, and people would come in like look at that jacket. Like, it's a leather jacket with these little frillies, these little tassels. Is that the name for them? That came out. But anyway, I love it. All those photos inside, wasn't that cool? So anyway, but when this stuff came out originally, like, that's all you got. That's the lyrics. So pull out your magnifying glass and sit down and work really, really hard to read the lyrics. And so the stuff we're coming out is 8-page booklet. It's going to have trading cards in it. It's going to be completely remastered. 8 to 12-page booklets. It's going to be outstanding. So anyway, I really, really hope you go check these out. Check out some of the audio clips on these. If you don't know much about Rick Kua, he's going to become one of your favorites. If you do know about Rick Kua, you know everything about these albums. I'm preaching to the choir. You guys are just as much of a fan of this stuff as what I am. And maybe there's somebody out there that really, really loved this album. And if so, post it down. Let me know. Give me some comments on the video here. The same would be true with You're My Road. Did you also love You're My Suicide? And I hope you did. But these are getting ready to come out. You're going to absolutely love them. All the information will be on the product details pages. Again, if you're watching this video after they've released, you'll know one thing. If I'm putting my name on something, it's going to be quality. Period. And so these will rival the quality of any of the stuff that we put out, and I think you're going to love it. They're going to be the quintessential collector's editions. So go check this stuff out. And that's it. But do me a favor before you leave. On YouTube, make sure you hit that bell and hit the subscribe button. We're going to be doing a lot more videos like this. We post videos regularly. They're going to be even more regularly now that we're in 2022. And have more time. There'll be more videos of this nature showing you what's getting ready to come and what we're getting ready to put out. But anyway, on that note, I'm going to let you guys go. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. Be well. Thanks again for following.